Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have a Watch Dogs Legion guide on how to complete Tactical Ops 2. Now I'm sorry I haven't had a Watch Dogs guide in a few weeks, but the new DLC has launched, and in this video I'll be guiding you guys through how me and a few other people completed Tactical Ops 2. Now Tactical Ops 2, some of these missions are really hard. The first few missions aren't that bad, but especially the last two can be really challenging. So here's how I did these missions, and I also want to thank Temp, Epic, Vaughn, and Shazy for their help with this. And in the final mission, I actually played with a different team. I'll also shout them out then. But anyways, let's start off with the first mission, Kept Under Glass. Now, in this first mission, you don't really need a specific operator for this mission. Just make sure you have an operator that you can kill enemies pretty quickly with. Any kind of good gun will do. But in this, I'm using basically a Clan Kelly Enforcer with the light machine gun and the spider bot, the attack spider bot. This is just the one that I like using. I like using this character because of their machine gun. But anyways, how this mission goes is you go into this park right here where Albion is, and once you're in the park, you can take out Albion quietly, but even if you take them out all quietly, what's going to happen is once you start up, these statue things, then they're going to start spawning and they're going to go after you. So basically, once everyone gets in the park and the statues start spawning, these are called pods, by the way. So you just go up to the first pod, you stay right next to it. There is no hacking animation here. All you gotta do is just stand next to it. And you will see this blue bar at the top with like this diamond in the middle right here. Once that gets all blue, you've activated that pod fully. Now what's gonna happen is a second pod is gonna spawn somewhere in the park. And the easiest way to identify these pods is there's gonna be a glowing white light up in the sky. So basically, if you have 4 people, and I highly recommend you do this with 4 people, don't do this with any less. You could try it with 3 people, but it's much better with 4 people. It's really hard with 3. So have another person go up to the next pod, have them just stand on top of it. You see it over there in the distance. Player over there is standing next to it. Have them activate it. Then have a third player go to the next pod, have them activate it, and have a 4th player go over to the next pod. Now what's going to happen is you're going to have the 5th pod spawn. And the thing is, though, is the second that you get off of the pod, and the game doesn't do a really good job of explaining this to you at first, the pod starts basically going down. So it will eventually crash and fail. So the bar starts going down the second that you get off of it. And the best way that I found to do this is to have 1 or 2 people looking for the new pods. So whatever new pods spawn, have those people run up to those pods and activate them. The other 2 people, or 3 people in this case, they should be running around and constantly trying to keep the pods from failing. So they will go down and they'll fail. If you are one of those people that's looking for the new pods, you could occasionally jump on a pod to stop it from failing. The easiest way to tell it's fail is you'll see it going yellow, and then it'll eventually turn red. On the map, it'll actually start blinking red also. But some of these pods, because they're a little farther away, they might not necessarily appear on your map until you get close to them. But that's pretty much it for the park. The park is done. Now what's going to happen is you're going to have 2 areas that are going to spawn. And the 2 areas, they're pretty similar to each other. You basically go to that area and you clear out Albion. So me and Epic went to this area here. We cleared out Albion. We dealt with them. Now, after you deal with Albion, you're going to want to activate this hack here. And once you activate this hack, it's basically the same thing with the pods again. But this time, I believe that it's 4 pods in this area. So you get on one pod, stay on it, and then have your co-op partner, the second guy there with you, sit on the next pod. Now, the other team of 2 people, they're in the exact same situation as you, so they should be doing the exact same thing as you basically here. So activate those 2 pods, and then what's going to happen is 2 more pods are going to spawn. Third one, run up to it, try to activate it, keep an eye on the other pods, run back and forth, activate the 4th pod. Once you both teams activate this, it'll be over. You get off to the drop-off location after that, and then that's it. You really need to be communicating on this. This mission is actually not that bad. It's not that hard, but you do need to be communicating together. If you have one guy that's not listening to you when you're doing these missions, I don't recommend playing, because all it takes is just one guy not listening to mess this up. Everybody needs to be working together on these pods. Okay, now here we got mission number 2, MindJack. So right after mission number 1, when you go to the drop-off point, you get knocked out and you get taken into this place, which is basically virtual hell. Now this mission is not that bad also, but it's really confusing because the game does a really poor job of explaining to you what you had to do. The first few times that me and everyone else died here, we died not because the mission was too hard, but because we didn't understand what we were supposed to be doing. So basically, when you spawn in here, you guys are noticing how my screen is kind of getting more blurry and foggy here, and the reason for that is because you're slowly dying. Now, somebody will eventually find a Lumen Ward. Now, Lumen Ward, these are these blue glowing orbs. They stand out. And when someone picks that up, there's going to be this Lumen's big blue circle that's going to be around them. As long as you're in that circle, you're not going to be dying. You're not going to be losing health, so you're going to be good. So if somebody has a Lumen or you have a Lumen, you'll be good. Just stay in that orb, follow that person. So right here, that's a Lumen Ward. Another person picked that up. As you're going through this level, you will see a few of them, so keep an eye out. The more people that have Lumen Wards, the easier that it becomes. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to follow this trail here. So you see this trail, just follow this trail, and it looks like we got another Lumen Ward there coming up. And you're going to want to watch out for these red skulls. Now, when the skull is blue, it means it hasn't seen you. But when it's red, it means the skull has seen you and is coming towards you. Even though the skulls die pretty quickly, the skulls will actually take you out in a few hits. Just one hit, and it will take out a Lumen. If you lose a Lumen, don't worry about it, because you can just always find another one. So just keep an eye out or get into somebody else's Lumen. So basically, the trail is going to lead you to these things. And like I said, just watch out for the skulls, take these skulls out, work together on this, and you're going to want to take out the cubes that are actually in these, I don't know what to call them, but when you follow the trail to them, you're going to see this big, all these pixels just erupt and explode. There's going to be a few cubes. Now, the first one is going to have 1 cube to blow up. That's really easy. The second one is going to have 2 cubes. The third one is going to have 3 cubes. So just keep following the trail. We'll get up to the next location here. Let me show you guys what that looks like right now. So right here, I got a Lumen. So now I have one. Okay, so now we're at this point. So we followed it to the next area here. We shoot this thing to expand it. It exposes the cubes. There's 3 cubes. We shoot it up. We watch out for the skulls, and we move on. And now once you get up to the 4th one, when you get up to the 4th one, that's the final one, there's going to be 4 cubes. You just basically shoot that up, and once you take out the 4th cube, it'll activate a portal, and then you'll be added there. And that's it pretty much for this mission. So just basically stay together, stay in the Lumen, or you're going to die. Avoid the red skulls, because if those things get close to you, you will die pretty quickly. Follow the trail, take out the cubes as quickly as you can. Once you take out the 4th set of cubes, that's it for the mission. Okay, so now on to Mission 3, Deep Thought. Now, this is probably the longest mission in the series, and this mission is the mission where it starts getting pretty hard. So, basically, when you start out, you're in this kind of big corridor room, and you see this big purple wall, and the purple wall is coming towards you. Now, what you're going to want to do is shoot the cubes that are above on the wall. Once you take out all the cubes in that wall, the wall fades, and there's 5 walls for you to destroy. Now, the wall gets closer to you. The second that this purple wall touches you, you instantly die. So make sure you keep it away from you. Now, there's gonna be a few enemies that are gonna spawn behind you. You could have one guy maybe focus on the enemies. It should be enough for 1 person to kill, and then the other 3 people could focus on the wall. The enemies in the first room, they're not too bad. There's not that many. Now, run across the other side of the room. You're gonna have a wall, and this wall will have this time 4 cubes. You have some more guys come out here. Just get rid of the guys, because you're gonna have plenty of time to destroy the wall. So once we get rid of those guys, now we just focus on these cubes. We take this wall down, keep shooting it up a bunch, and like I said, it doesn't really matter, what character you have on these first set of missions. On the final one, I think it does, but on these, as long as you just have a character with a good gun, we're using all different types of guns, assault rifles, light machine guns. I think one guy is using a shotgun too, so, just have some kind of decent gun, and you'll be fine here. So that's the first room. And the really annoying thing about this mission is that this mission has no checkpoint. So even though there's 3 rooms, there's no checkpoints. The moment you die in, even the 3rd room, you gotta restart from the very beginning. So okay, so now we're in the 2nd room. Now the 2nd room, this room gets a little bit more challenging. Now the 2nd room, this room will have a bit more enemies in it. Stay in the middle of the room, stay away from the walls, because you never know which wall the purple wall is going to spawn on. They're called delta wave emitters, but I'm just, calling them, walls, purple walls, I think, easier to describe. But anyways, just stay in the middle of the room, and just focus on these purple walls when they spawn. Get rid of as many enemies as you can, because then it makes it easier for you. But also, here's a tip: you can actually use the purple walls, the delta wave emitters, against the enemies. So if you see a bunch of enemies shooting at you, and they are actually in the direction of the purple wall, let the wall touch them, because the moment that it touches the Albion guards, it instant kills them. So you could actually use it against them. So just keep taking out the walls. They spawn at different sides. They're a little bit faster in this room, but I believe there's just 5 walls in total. And then once you take them out, you take out all the cubes on them, you're good. You move on to the 3rd room. Now the 3rd room, this is the one that is the hardest. Now this room, this one has way more than 5 walls. I think this has like somewhere between 8 to 10 walls. If somebody knows the exact amount, let me know. But basically what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of enemies spawning in this one. You're going to have drones. Focus on some of the enemies, but don't let the enemies be your top priority. Make sure that destroying the wave emitters is your top priority, because the second that they get close to you, that's it. You're done. You're dead, and you got to restart from the very beginning. So taking out a bunch of them, you'll notice they start going faster, but then there's this one point where this part messes people up. So you're going to have 2 walls from 2 separate sides coming towards you. Now this part messed me and my teammates up when we were doing this the first time. So when this happens, when you have 2 wave emitters coming from opposite sides, what I recommend doing in that case is have all 4 of your teammates focus on just one side. Take that one side out and then immediately jump over to that side because you have space, and then start shooting the other wall coming right towards you. And when you decide on which wall you want to shoot, don't say like I'm going to shoot right wall, because I said that at first, but that got confusing because your right is not the same as somebody else's right, or your left is not the same as somebody else's left, depending on the angle that you're standing at. Just say instead, I'm shooting at this wall over here on the side, find me, this is my name, Polish Mercenary, or whatever your name is. Have your teammates come up to you, have all shooting together, that same wall, that's it, it's done. And then focus on the other one. Now, another point that's going to happen is you're going to get completely boxed in at one point, where there's going to be 4 walls coming at you from each side. Same exact strategy, stay in the middle, shoot one wall, focus on it together. Then focus on the next wall together, everyone, and then on the 3rd and 4th wall. Just stay together, focus on them, stay in the middle. If you take out a wall, use that space as cover there to get away. And that is it, except there's one final surprise for you. The ceiling. When the ceiling comes down, this almost killed us. We didn't expect it to come from the ceiling. So there's one that comes right from the ceiling. There appears to only be 2 cubes, but just run right up to it, shoot it. You have 4 teammates, so you can have 2 teammates on each cube, because each cube is actually really across from each other on the other side of the room. Take that out, and then once you take that out, you're going to have 4 walls coming towards you. Do the exact same strategy, focus on just one wall, use that space as a clearing, take out the other walls, and then that's it, you're good. And that's it for this mission. Okay, so now we're on to mission 4, the boss battle, Mind Master. And I also want to thank Frank West, who joined in to help on this. But this mission is similar to the first one with the pods, but it's actually a bit more complicated. So you have the boss, Dr. Savard, at the end of the room. And to expose his weak spot, what you basically have to do is you have to activate all of the pods. And in the very first part, there is actually 5 pods to activate. So there's 5 pods to activate. Same premise as in the first mission. You're going to have a lot of Albion guards, so make sure you and your teammates drop as many of them as you can, because you don't want them overrunning the room. And the best way that I found to do this is to have just one person run for all of the new pods and activate them. Have the other 3 people instead keep the other pods on cooldown to make sure they don't fail. So keep running up to each one of them, checking them out, make sure they don't fail, because the moment one pod fails, they all fail. So that's basically what me and my teammates did. So as you guys see, I'm running up to each new one. You can tell which is the new one because it has the bright shining light up, and then have your other 3 teammates, have them just basically just running around on each of the pods, making sure they don't fail. So here we go. We got the 5th pod, about to activate it right now. You see, once that bar, it reaches the diamond in the middle, then it's gonna activate. So right there, we got it, and I'll show you how to take out Dr. Savard in 3 attempts. So you're going to want to shoot this yellow orb right here, just literally light it up with everything you got. Just keep shooting it, keep hitting it repeatedly, and if you do like 1/3 of damage on this attempt, you're actually going to be good. Now you're going to see another wave emitter is going to come towards you, another purple wall, but you can actually shoot Dr. Savard through this wave emitter, and since the wave emitter, it has a good distance on you, you can just keep backing up, and you can just keep shooting Dr. Savard. Don't shoot the wave emitter until it gets really close to you, because you can actually do just more damage just shooting him through the wave emitter instead of wasting time on it. So here, got kind of close to us halfway through the room, that's when we decided to destroy it, and then we resumed shooting Dr. Savard, and we did more than 1/3 of damage. So if you do more than 1/3 of damage, you'll be able to take him out in 3 attempts instead of 4. But if you fail the 4th attempt without taking him out, the mission automatically fails. So there we go. We almost did like, what, 40% of damage? We did pretty good. So now we're doing the exact same thing again. The only difference is there's going to be 1 more pod. So instead of 5 pods, there's 6 pods this time that you need to activate, and a bit more enemies. So right here, I run up to each pod. I'm going to fast forward it a little bit just to save time. But as you guys see, whenever a new pod spawns and I see, that bright white light, I run up to it, I activate it. My teammates in the meantime are clearing the room. I'm also helping to clear as I'm moving up, but my teammates are clearing the room, and they're keeping each pod refreshed to make sure that it does not that doesn't fail. And if any of your teammates go down, just use AR Cloak. You can revive them. You can just go invisible, revive them in that. There's no shame in somebody going down in this because there is a lot of enemies, so this is, kind of a bit more complicated mission. But as you guys see right there, we activated 6 pods right there. I got it. Now we're going to be hitting Dr. Savard. Now, when you activate the second batch of pods, what's going to happen is there's going to be 2 wave emitters coming at you from the left and the right side, and they come pretty fast. And me and my friends actually did not see this coming the first time, and we died from it. So if this happens, what you're basically going to want to do, shoot up Dr. Savard a little bit until the wave emitters spawn. The moment that the wave emitters spawn, just focus all of your fire on one side of the wave emitters. Take that side down, and then immediately run to the side where you destroyed it, because then you have space, you have cover. And then proceed to keep shooting Dr. Savard, because if you waste time on the wave emitter, that's less time to destroy Dr. Savard. Only destroy one wave emitter, then do a lot of damage to Dr. Savard. When the other wave emitter gets close enough to you, that's when you and your teammates want to group up, take it down. Now basically, on the third attempt, exact same thing. So my teammates, covering me, I'm running around to each one, have one guy activate all of the new pods, keep an eye out for that, and have all the 3 other teammates constantly keep refreshing it. Because if you have all 4 of you guys constantly looking for the new pod, not everyone's going to be able to cover everything, and it's just going to fail. So I just find it personally better when one person is just seeking out the new pods, and the other 3 are just basically keeping them from, failing. And so on the third attempt right here, we got this. We got a bunch of walls coming at us too. We took out one of the walls here. And so you guys see just how much damage we did to him on that attempt right there. We did, like 70% of damage. And then on the very final one, you're going to have more walls spawn, but if you're really quick and you did a lot of damage to him at this point, you can just take him out on the third attempt without even destroying the wave emitters. Just keep shooting him. If his health gets down to 0, it'll automatically destroy all of the other wave emitters, and that's pretty much it for this boss. I actually think this boss is easier than Gorg in the first TAC ops, but it's still a bit challenging. You just gotta have people working together, and you'll be good on it. So that's it for Mindmaster. If anybody has any questions about this boss battle, let me know down below, because it is a little bit complicated. And here we are in mission number 5 from Within, and I want to thank Airtight Wig, Halo Shooter, and Cryptix for helping out with this mission. Now I bet some people have skipped just to this part because this mission was just giving them so much trouble, and I know what some people are probably thinking. Some people are probably thinking, this damn mission, I'm about to throw my controller. I don't blame you. I got pretty annoyed at this mission too, and I died a bunch of times. This is the hardest mission in Tactical Ops, in my opinion. So basically in this mission, I recommend that you recruit an Albion Elite Contractor, and these are basically these characters here. And these are the characters that you'll see with the AR cloaks and the shotguns. Now, abilities don't work in this mission, but what you want this Albion character for is the semi-auto shotgun. The semi-auto shotgun is very effective at destroying the cubes. It's more effective than the light machine gun. The reason I was okay with using the light machine gun in mission 2 is because you're able to find plenty of lumens. But in this mission, you're not able to find any lumens. There's only one. So basically, in this mission, you're transported once again to virtual hell, and at this point, what you gotta do is you're gonna be separated into 2 groups. So, teams of 2. You're gonna link up at the first set of cubes, but there's gonna be a lumens. One person is gonna get that lumens, and you're gonna have plenty of these skulls. There's gonna be way more of these skulls than in the second mission. And so the person that doesn't have the lumen, stay with the person that has the lumen. And the person that has the lumen, make sure you keep an eye on where your teammate is, because if they're not in the lumen for some time, they can actually die slowly. And this shotgun is really effective for actually taking out these skulls even at a distance. But we're primarily using it to destroy the cubes. So here we go. We're going to link up at the first point. And at the first point, there is 1 cube to destroy. The second one, when you follow the trail, there will be 2 cubes. The third one, 3 cubes. The last one, 4 cubes. And so basically what we do here, it's actually a kind of a simple strategy. It's still a bit difficult, but I found that it makes the mission just much easier. So what you want to do in this point is the person that has the semi-auto shotgun, take that shotgun and just destroy the cube as fast as possible. All 3 other teammates should be focusing on the skulls, so make sure they cover all the sides, because the moment you start shooting the cubes, tons of these red skulls will come at you, and they can overrun you really quickly, and the second they hit you once, the lumens is gone, and you cannot find any lumens in this level. So if both lumens are taken down, you automatically fail. Me and my teammates ran around so many places trying to find any lumens, we weren't able to find some. If you are able to find some, let me know in the comments, but I don't think there's any lumens in this level. I think it's only the 2 that you spawn with, and that's what makes the mission so difficult. You can't find any other lumens. So here we go, we're at point number 2, and we're doing the same exact strategy. So I'm the only one shooting the cubes, as you can see right here. I'm focusing on it, and it takes about, I think, 9 shots from the shotgun to take out the cubes, and since it's a semi-auto shotgun, it's actually pretty quick. And the reload is also really fast. So there we go, we took it out, that's already half the mission done. We get back into lumens, we stay with the team here, teammates cover and destroy the red skulls. And another tip here is, once you destroy the cubes, the red skulls stop spawning. However, even though they stop spawning, that doesn't get rid of the ones that have already spawned. So once you take out the cubes, make sure you completely clear the area, get rid of any red skulls. And if somebody has a lumens and they see that little red marker arrow that the skulls are behind them, just have them keep moving in the opposite direction. Have the teammates without lumens take them out, because that lumens is really important. You don't want to lose it. And I believe that when we were playing this, I think that we actually lost one of the lumens and we ended up finishing the mission with 1. But here we go, we're at the 3rd one, and same premise here, my teammates are covering me, so have all 3 other people focus on the skulls, have them completely, do a 360 on the area, check out each side the skulls are coming from, take them out, and have the person with the shotgun just destroy these cubes. So there we go. The cubes have been taken out. Unfortunately, though, we lost the lumens here, but it's not the end of the world. You can still do it with 1 lumens, but the second you lose the second one, you might as well just hit restart checkpoint, because there's really no point in playing unless you get up to the 4th one and you're about to destroy the lumens. Then possibly, but if you lose a second lumens, just restart checkpoint, because then it's just a waste of time. So here we go. We go to the 4th one, and each set of cubes, there's even more of these red skulls. So on the very last one, make sure your teammates are ready. They're covering each side, because there is going to be a lot of these skulls. So here we go, just have that one teammate with the shotgun focus on the cubes, have them destroy it. I took it out pretty quickly here, and then that's it. Once that is done, a portal activates, and that's it. This mission can actually be done pretty quickly. I think we finished this mission in 1 attempt in 8 minutes, but even though we finished it in 1 attempt in 8 minutes, it took us just so long to finish this mission. We were combining different strategies, trying different things, and I was using different guns, and I figured that this shotgun, does a lot of damage to these cubes, and I just told my teammates, hey, you know what? Why don't we try this? You guys just cover me to the best of your ability, and I'll just take out these cubes, because you only really need one person shooting it. The red skulls, there's just too many of them, and if you have, everybody, shooting all over the place, shooting skulls and shooting cubes, the skulls are going to overrun you. They're going to hit you the second they hit you once. You lose the lumens, you die, and you keep failing the mission. So even though this strategy makes the mission a bit easier, but it's still pretty hard. You can still die even with this strategy, because the skulls can overrun you. But that's, one way that I found to complete this mission pretty quickly. But I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns about this guide, let me know down below. I have more Watch Dogs Legion content coming up, and if you guys enjoy this type of content, please do drop a like on it, because it does help me out. I do want to make more content for Watch Dogs Legion, and I'm excited for what updates are to come. But thank you guys for watching. Hope this helped once again, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.